behind us at the moment. We've got a domestic machine, and she's got her overlocker here as well. So even though it's about learning how to sew, you could also learn how to use the machine properly. So today's lesson, I think it's going to be about, so far, how to use this machine, how to set it up, and so on. And then we'll try and move in quickly to see how well she can stitch a straight line or back or whatever. And then after that, then I'm going to move her over to my machine and see how to manage that. So, you want to say? What's your name again? Yeah? What's your name?
My name's Khiya.
But the thing about it is, she's not as an amateur as she thinks she is, because you can't see it properly, but the item that she's wearing, she made it. So now Ricky, you have a problem with typing. No, Ricky is one of my subscribers.
Oh,
right? Yeah, he's been with me for years, and he's always wanted. But this one here is not typed and kind of turned under, but it's typed nevertheless, and it looks pretty good, far as I'm concerned. Was that your first attempt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? As far as I'm concerned, excuse me a little bit. Very strictly. But the only problem I see with this is, okay, the neck might be could be a little bit more tighter, but that's nothing to worry about. The shoulder is going kind of the wrong way. It's supposed to be going this way. Yeah? Yeah. And it's just a little bit hanging over, which everybody will make that mistake. Especially, have you got a manicure?
No.
Yeah, manicure.
No.
Okay. So if you had a manicure, you could do all the measurements on it as well. I've got manicure over there. We'll get to that somewhere along the line. I don't know about today, but somewhere. Yeah? And then the sleeve now, what we've got here, I'm not sure whether it's, whether it's sleeve altogether, but that has to be rectified. Yeah?
It was, I snipped it and pulled it over.
Pulled it over. What?
Like I snipped this part and fit the sleeve into it.
Okay, well there's a stretching technique that you do to get the sleeves in.
Okay.
Yeah? So that you're going to have to learn that later on because that is a difficult thing to learn as well. Yeah. So this section here is coming over too much.
Yeah.
So there's where the armhole is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also have a style that's called drop style.
That's what this is.
That's what we do. Exactly, yeah, so that's fine. And it was just down the bottom, you can't see down the bottom, it just pops out a little bit. So with the mannequin, all you have to do is just fit it into her. Even if you didn't have a mannequin as well, all you need to do is to put this back on you after you stitched it up, inside out, wear it inside out, and then while you've got it on your body, you start shaping it on your body. Okay. That's another technique that you've got. So without you doing it, you would have learned that just now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you will always remember that. Yeah? So what we're going to do now is sort out these machines. And sew without pins, that's on.
So, okay. But I only put my piece this way.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I think the one that has it.
Go
that
on,
way.
go on, put it that way.
Like that. It's not really a straight one.
No, the pin wasn't. Because the machine's got to go over it.
Like that?
Yeah, I think you need that. But if I was you, I'd take these two. Going on the edge of the first thread. And put it that way. Yeah. You can still use your right hand to do it, you know. I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Alright, you back to the way you normally do it. Right, so do that.
That's straight.
Oh yeah.
So now we're going to sew. Now, because this is here, there's the one in the start of and because you just have to practice doing it. And it will split from time to time, but you just have to do it. Yeah.
But you can go right over that needle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can do that on the edge as well.
Anytime you feel that you're going to slip, stop. Right, put the needle down with your hand and kind of steer the fabric back on because it's moving out. Look.
Yeah.
Just steer the fabric back.
Like that.
Go back there. Go back that way.
That way. Next.
So here we will stick pins in it. Oh, it's just like this, isn't it? We're going to stick pins in it and take the shape of the link.
Just into the thing.
Alright, let me bring it down a bit more. So I want enough that we can get enough to the shoulder. Imagine that you're going to cut a semicircle out for the neck and the shoulders. Now we didn't set that up, but it's just one idea. Because all we're going to concentrate on at the moment is the dart. Now this is why I prefer the upper thigh, because actually the minutes go.
There's a hole there.
Yeah. That's why I prefer the other one. But to that, now we're going to do just for the purpose of getting this done.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And the arm. Basically just this area.
yeah. You don't really need to do both sides, because one side you get the pattern from one side and just double it up. Yeah. this you'd have to do twice. This is going to, I think they call it a plus 5 stitch. So where this is, right, so we're going to put a marker here. So what we do is we do that, but this is what you do when the materials are on top of each other. Right, so you put that marker there, and when you've got like 10, 2, 3 fabrics on top of each other, this is what you do.
Through all layers?
All of them.
Okay.
But sometimes it's too much to do that. So have I left too much? So you practice that. Notice as well your dart still has missed the breast, the nipple.
Well, that was a nipple.
Is it?
Well, there.
See here, right there. That's on there.
Up it there.
Yeah.
Like that?
Oh, leave it a bit bigger. Because we're just practicing. It's just practicing. Alright, and I'll show you that in a minute. How that works. Because you won't see it fully. But when you work in a factory, or when you work in a factory for yourself, instead of, because it's too much to do this through a lot of fabric, so we've got 2 fabrics here. Do the same thing again. You see these 2? Yeah. Leave a big loop, yeah. And then you cut that middle bit. And then what you do, put it down. Then what you do is you open it up, like that, cut it. And that's your marker for each side.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So all your darts are in the same place. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're doing a lot of fabric, so you've got 20 on top, that's too much to go through the whole lot. What we now do is we get a thick needle, you have flame, matches or something, you burn the needle and you stick it through the mark that you've done all the way through to all the fabric. And when you do that, it burns the fabric through it and it gives it this little teeny hole.
Right.
And sometimes the first one, it leaves a black mark on it.
Right.
Right? So all the darts that you have, markings, all the darts will be in the same place. Get it? So that's how, another way, another tip for marking things.
Okay.
Huh?
A burnt needle or this?
Yeah.
Did you call this butterfly?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take this off. Now, hold on, I'm going to, this is missing out. This was okay. This was here. Just a bit. See how I'm not with it? That's where you got your hook, remember?
Okay. Did the same thing.
Yeah. We've left this. Oh look, you pinned it, but you didn't pin this side here, look. So you just pinned it.
Okay.
You've got to squeeze it.
On the hook
Yeah.
to both
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah. So you've got so it's not doing anything. I've got the fabric. Yes. But you got it in.
On.
Oh, so you haven't done this one either. Right. This is pattern here, this is that. So that's it's missed that fabric. I don't think it will work, but it makes it different. I'm going to go in a bit more just to show you the shape that it's meant to do. That's meant to be a point here.
Okay.
So this is going to go wrong, but let me just show you what it's meant to be. Right, here's that point. That's the one you open it up, that's it. Focus forward.
Okay.
Right. So here we've got here now. Now we're going to do this. Going to make this here. Does that also tell the story? Right. And then when you know how to read a pattern?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Take one job off your back.
Yeah. Alright. So that's done. So we're going to take this off now and we're going to see it. Let's see. Did I give you back your plate? You did, please. Did you lift this up here?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Tiny.
No, do it a bit bigger first. Don't forget you do half an inch seam allowance. So you always do the nip so that it's hidden in the seam now. So we're gonna take this we're gonna take this off now. So we've got it's not too bad, we've got just a little bit of a gate here. Yeah. But when we've got this back on the person, we fit it on them and then inside out.
Yeah.
We fit it in. Get it?
Yeah.
Even if it's all gone wrong, that's still we fix it.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so we take this off now.
Just all the pins out.
Yes, please. Got more room this time. Alright, we're going to take the pins out now. Right, so these darts, we're not going to use these as accurate because only one of them is going to be right. Yeah? Okay. So what we're going to do now, what you're going to do now is you're going to fold the fabric. You see, that's the wrong side, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to fold the fabric now in half. That's the centre? Okay, so look here. Right, so if we had more fabric, so that's all missing. Get it?
Missing from this side.
Yeah, so
this bit and this.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah? Okay, so what we're gonna do now, which was the side, we're gonna use the other side. We're gonna cut this in half.
Can I press it and cut on the left?
if you want. Not this one. Oh, mind you. See the paper over there? Now, this is not, I'm not going to do it now. But when, yeah.
Oh, pancakes.
Yeah. So once you've done this and you're going to keep it, you put that on the paper, transfer it, date it, put the information on it, and then you use that as your pattern for all. You can use it for Okay. Let's go through the process. Can you see the mark, the line? My scissors don't last long.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Is the bulb come out?
I think so.
Now we're going to make our pattern. We'll bring that paper. We would normally... Here I'm explaining now with the fabric that we've made on the dummy, we cut it in half and took the best part. You saw when she chose which one she wanted to use. And then we put it on a dotted cross paper, folded it in half and recut the pattern, and this is what you're seeing at the moment. So because when it was on the dummy, one breast was up and one dart was down, one dart was up and one was down, so she picked which one she wanted and then we made it equal. Now you can see that I'm drawing an arrow. This arrow is to say if you've got a stripe pattern, your fabric, if you line the line up with the line on your fabric, you can have the stripe going to one side of your garment, right? And then afterward, I drew another line to suggest, okay, you want the stripe going the other way. Yes? And then what I said to her here is, if you were to cut that pattern in half and get one side of your garment going with a stripe to the left, and then you will use the other pattern and put it on another piece of fabric, line the lines up and get the stripe going to the right. So you can have either the stripes going like an upside down V, or a V the right way. I hope you understand what I just said. She thoroughly got it, and she was blown over by that. And then from there, that's how we cut it out, and you see the end result at the end. Here you can see I've given her a choice. I've allowed her to fold the fabric up. I also got her to do the markings of explaining on the pattern how to put the fabric on the fold, and that's what we're talking about here. Then I said to her, if she now wants to have her front of her garment going against the grain, so the V is going one way, which makes it even more stretchier and more interesting when you have it on. And that's what we're doing there. So we put the pattern on the bias, which is one of those arrows that we draw in an X. And that's what she decided to do. And at the end of it, she saw the difference. Even though the fabric is plain, you can see the grain going diagonally. And this is how she made it up in the end. Doing this makes your fabric more stretchy and interesting. This is me just explaining to her quickly how you can get the back so easily. I've explained to her that the under the arm already, when we had it on the mannequin, that the back doesn't cut the same as the front. The back armhole is always where you can see it sticking out, whereby the side now, it's just taking the shape of the front, but making it a little bit better, bigger, and longer. Because by the time you stitched up the bustard, the length of it is going to be short if you copied exactly the front. So we've just allowed a little bit and gave it a little bit of a dip at the back, so it has a different shape. Here, she is cutting the yoke out using the front as a sample to get the shape of the neck. The yoke size, you can do that any size you like going downwards. You can make it fat or skinny, whatever shape. It's going to be inside, it's not going to show, except for the imprint. We have cut out the front yoke and she stitched it on, and she's top stitched it right at the edge. So there is two ways of doing this yoke around the neck. You could either join it to the back one before you put it on, but I wanted to teach her the better way, which is to put one on first and then do the back afterward, whereby the shoulder will always stay down. It will never flap around. As you can see here, she has done the bust start and she stitched them up and ironed them. Now we are going to make the yolks for the back. And we're using the back pattern to get the pattern and the size for the yoke. This is the section where we have cut out the yoke and she's working out how to put it on, and I'm teaching her at this stage. Now this is a technique everybody needs to learn. Now that we've done the front first, now we're placing the back yokes in position. And this is going to be difficult to explain to you now, but it's almost like sewing a semicircle, then doing a right angle and coming down. And this is two ways as well, because at the back of the yoke, which is where I explain that you can either put a zip or just have it flapping around as we have done, you can stitch going straight down and make a feature that it flaps around, or put a button at the back. Or if you don't stitch it going down, as we're going to do in a minute, right, you will just turn it over on itself and get it ready to put a zip in it. If you don't understand exactly what I've just said there, pick up the phone and we'll talk about this, or come and I'll show you. What you are looking at here, at the back, you can see the 2 yolks getting ready to be stitched down. But what you're looking at there is also the inside of the front already finished. Oh no,
What
the
kind
whole
of day is
thing.
today?
Yeah, that means the whole thing will be ruined.
Oh no.
I can do
We can voice over it,
Yeah.
yeah. So not the big stitch I did the second ago, just
Yeah.
a little stitch.
Yeah.
And I want to come right here.
Did you backstitch it?
No.
Backstitch it now.
Come on.
Now that pin's in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't want to break the needle. Did you bring spare needles?
No.
Okay, so that's be careful. Make sure that you don't stitch the front.
No.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's right here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stitch to here.
Yeah, go right into the corner.
Ooh. That's it. There. This is very bulky now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When you come to the end, do a back stitch.
Mm-hmm.
Do the other side first before we check that.
This one, like this. Hey, I missed a pin here. Let's put pin here. That's okay.
Yeah, you
put
can
this on here.
Yeah. Do you know what as well? You see that little tape here? Where's that fabric?
Tape. Black
The black
thing.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. What happened is, over the years, over time, the shoulder stretches out.
Yes.
We're not going to put it on now, but when things stretches out, this is what they use and put on top and stitch all the way out to stop it
The whole shoulder.
from stretching out.
Okay.
Yeah?
I think that's what's happened here. Because it's gone in the wash a few times and I
Okay.
think it's kind of made it.
Well, that will stop it.
Okay.
Like this here as well, what I've got on,
Yeah.
it wasn't this big. And I think I was fixing it, but I thought, I can't bother.
Do you make a lot of your own clothes?
I used to when I was younger.
Yeah.
I really can't be bothered. Clothes sell so cheap now, just get
It's true.
it. Unless when I'm going to a fancy place, I need a dress that is extravagant. Like we bought one which was a dress for 1,400 when I could have made it a lot cheaper.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that much
so
money.
and that's where I would make it. One of them dresses that sweeps the floor.
Oh.
Don't forget, you don't have to take these pins out, you know, because
it can sew
Yeah.
over them, right? But
Yeah,
this
you just
is
have
my
to get
little
used to it.
dot here.
So long as you put it in the right place.
I think that,
Yeah.
yes, that is through 2 layers, but that needs to come because it's got to turn now, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
Turn that way.
You see the shape of this here?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of far up. Just try and keep the main, the shape of it. Just follow the shape with your eyes.
Just here,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
But don't make
Like
this
that?
too low, otherwise it won't match up with the other one.
Okay.
When you come to this here. That's where it should have had a nip as well to show you where to finish it.
So we want to bring it like kind of up actually.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
All right, cool, no problem. Well, I say that, but oh yeah, I can go over this. Voila. We'll give it a go. See.
Now get a sharp scissors. You see this bit here?
Yeah.
Diagonally cut it off. Now this bit here is not right.
Oh.
And let me show you why it's not right. Hold on.
To hold this.
Okay then. That's it. Okay. It's not bad actually. I thought it would have had more of a step coming out here, but it hasn't actually, so that's not bad. Yeah? So I can leave that. Let me see, check the other one. Can you see there's just a little bit of a step? But it's still not bad. For your first attempt, that is good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really good. So can you see now where the yoke now, most time when you do it the other way round, this bit here will be flapping around. Can you see the picture? And when it flaps around, you just constantly fix it while you're wearing it.
Yeah.
So when you sew it this way, it's not going to move. Yeah, get it? All you do now is knit this bit out here and then it opens the seam back up. Or what we do is when we've overlocked things, we overlock this here and then you've got a nice finish. So all this will be overlocked and then you will have a professional look. And then as well, as I said as well, this is a sample that we're doing, you're learning. So by the time you've done this in the right cotton, all this wobbly, you won't see it.
Notice it.
And who cares? It's underneath. Yeah?
Cool.
Yeah, so when you examine quite a lot of the clothes, look at that, that's nice and finished. When you examine most of the clothes, that is a very good finish.
Yeah.
And if you're using cotton or whatever, inside here, you would interface, iron on interface, and it makes it nice and stiff.
Okay.
Yeah? So what do you think of the experience now of that?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to try that again, definitely. Yeah.
Now, the reason why it's good, let me do this and put it on the dummy for you and explain something. Tilting that way. We'll leave it. So get in there. Alright. Now what I want to explain to you is that imagine now, let's bring this forward. Imagine this is a dress.
Yes.
Extend it down.
Yeah.
You do it in the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you will always leave it open. Now imagine now you're going to line this dress.
Right.
Yeah, once you line it and you leave these open,
Yeah.
you can bag out the dress. So you will have the yoke on, or the lining, the yoke will be stitched onto the lining,
Okay.
right? And then you will put it on in the same way as what we just did.
Yeah.
And then because these are open, you will stitch the lining, the sleeves on, and you will see the whole thing. This, imagine this is my arm is this. When you lay it on the table, it'd be like that, sticking out on the table like that. So that's the back, and that's the front.
Yeah.
And then what you will do is you will stitch this here for the sleeve,
Right.
but you would have it facing this way, kissing.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you will stitch this bit here. At the meantime, we'll leave the back, the sides open. Yeah.
Just the arms.
Yeah, so you will
Okay.
stitch the arm, and then you will thread it through, because there will be an opening that you thread it through and bag it back out.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So that's how the lining is invisible. You can't see how it's joined.
yeah,
I was
and then
wondering
you'll
how they
do
did
that.
that.
Yeah, and then you'll do it
Yes,
after.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. But we're not stitching this bit up yet. Okay. So it's just, this is all done. This is all done. Everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Then you put the lining, which you'll see the raw side on top and the raw side. So the inside will be the main fabric, the face of fabric, the same as the lining. And then you will, let's see, put the back, this, and then the lining will be sticking out here, and then you will stitch the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
So that's another lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another
That
lesson.
will be. But I'll bring this back for that lesson.
You don't need to. We can do this again. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, right. So what you're going to do now is, let me see, what's the back? Right, so at the back now, what you would do at the back, we're going to do that in a minute, yeah.
Yeah, the finishing thing.
Yeah, because look, you see how you
Very
haven't
nice.
cut this inside?
No.
It's not been nipped?
No.
It doesn't sit properly.
Yeah, it's curling, but this
Yeah.
one is very nice
Right.
and flat.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now, right, so when you've done that, right, we've allowed for the zip. So
Yeah.
normally how many inches for the zip?
1.
1 inch, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Always do that. Never be skimpy with putting it on, because for a start, the flap here, that's another story. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to seal the whole thing up anyway, because it's a stretchy fabric. Let me see, will it stretch to go on your head? No, it won't. So we can stitch it up in a way that will leave this bit open, because we're making this up as we go along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can even put a button, it's fine.
No, you can't, because you need you'll have a button there, but you have to have a loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, can't have a button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or a hook. Yeah, but you can get this over your head if it was anyway. But this doesn't
Anyway,
fit
the
you
sides
anyway.
are open anyway, so it can still go over the tin.
Oh, well, what thing?
This tin.
Oh no, I wasn't worried about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about getting on a person.
Oh, it's not going to go on me. I'm a big girl.
Yeah. No, but if you're making it this way and you've done it this way, you still have to get it
how
over
do
a
I
person.
fit it on?
So you can either have it stitch up like that
Yeah.
at the back, and that makes a style, and then
Yeah.
it continues on. So
Yeah.
we're going to do that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to stitch the sides up now. Or first of all, what we'll do is, imagine this is already overlocked.
Okay.
So we're just going to turn it under, and this is where it's going to bring the quality down. Any top stitching that you see on a garment, it brings the quality down.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what you're paying for when you pay more money for stuff. All right. So right. So we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is you're going to, if we can, overlock that.
Okay.
And we're going to put you on that machine, so the quality remains better.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So you'll have a nice little blouse that you've made.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, so finish this bit.
The top stitching of the back.
Yeah. Finish this off.
Okay. Just the same like this, but just right here.
Mhm.
Okay.
But with this one, you won't be able to go right up in the corner, but you can try and go as high up as you can. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then knit those as well. Oh yes, if you're overlocker.
Clip this.
Yeah, you do.
Clip it.
So that it be, and as well, anything that's on a sharp corner. Sorry, is this the good scissors?
Yeah, I think so.
Always hold your hand there.
Yeah.
Right, to make sure you don't cut it off. You cut it at an angle.
Okay.
Yeah, because that has to be as close as possible.
Cool. My gosh, it's a little bit like figuring out a puzzle with all these pieces.
You'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, okay. The needle up. Needle down. Lovely. In this corner here. Don't be silly.
What happened?
No, the thread just came out.
Done it?
Yep.
And when you get, you can pick up a, time. In the meantime.
Progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
In fact, iron it.
It's very nice.
It's not even charging. Oh. the battery's loose. You could have turned the dummy around.
That would have made more sense, didn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Lovely.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is you're going to I'm going to right here now you can do this. I'll start you off.
Oh yes, the overlooking.
So it's nice to always get rid of this end, these things here. So let's see, put the two together. Let's cut off a bit more. Mind you, you would have overlocked that bit as well. Okay. So the two together. Oh, by the way, the overlocker has got a right and a wrong top,
Okay.
yeah? So what's on top is the right side, underneath is the wrong side. And you'll know this because you'll get used to it. That's the better side.
That's how it should look. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And that's the wrong
Yeah.
side.
And the you see this look nice? The other one and the sleeve is a bit more untidy because it's going around the corner.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it one speed?
One what?
Is it one speed or just?
Yeah. You control it with your foot like a drive. You drive? Do you drive car?
I'm learning, so I've failed my test so far.
Okay, no problem.
Doesn't work.
Is you have to just play with the pedal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, very nice.
Believe it or not, these are her own machine, and she's kind of using it for the second time. They're all brand new, so she's learning a bit about her machine as well. That's why she asks. Yeah? Yeah, there's meant to be a cutter around there somewhere.
Oh,
but anyway, it's normally somewhere around here, but it didn't cut it, so I have no idea where the cutter is.
Well, we'll just use it.
Yeah, but there is one somewhere. Or what I do as well is that I reel it around and I use the machine to cut itself. But you don't do that for now.
No.
Okay. So now you've got to do the other side. Now the other side you're going to have to come back upwards. And the reason why you're going to do work from the bottom upwards is to make sure that you have the good side of the overlocking on top.
Okay.
If you were to turn it around, then you're going to have one good and one bad.
On the inside.
Yeah.
So this way, and then I have to get these two.
Yeah, you just have to fix those.
Okay.
But as well as when you fix them, as well, that you make sure that it's not going to show that bad if you get it wrong anyway. You see where that finishes?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to try and make sure that the other one finishes in the same spot as well.
Okay.
Yeah, see when it lines up?
Yeah.
So now that one, okay, no problem, but that's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just continue because this is shorter, so just continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mind you could stretch it.
This way.
You can stretch, yeah. No, stretch the top one, not the bottom one.
This one.
Yeah, only to make sure it meets up with this one.
Should we pin it?
Yeah, but you can't leave the pin in.
Okay.
So
take it out.
Put the pin at a distance.
And then here. About here. Thank you. Just remember that. So again, so this one needs to be on top, yes?
Mm-hmm. But you see, this is dangerous. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Uh-huh.
This is dangerous. Just put it away from the needle.
Okay.
Because once you damage this, you don't just damage the needle or whatever, you damage what's underneath it, and that will be expensive to fix.
We don't want to do that. So, oh, it goes, it's okay. Alright, you go watch about that. Oh.
As you can hear, she's learning about her machine. It's even get used to the sound as well, because when you're sewing and it sounds funny, it's like
what's wrong?
Yeah, when a baby cries and it's a different cry.
Yeah.
It's also you just stop and think there's something wrong with this machine.
Okay.
But it sounds sweet at the moment. No, you're going to gather it. You don't want it to gather.
Oh. It's not going to hit the needle, the pin is here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? I forgot. I was going to change the style of that, but that's too late now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to give
Make it a V-neck.
Yeah.
V-back. Can you still all the way?
Yeah, I can still do it. We cut that off and I can do it. Yeah?
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So that's one way of finishing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So bring it on the table.
I like it. Online, they always tell you don't sew over the pins.
That's if you put it the other way around. Online, I teach them to sew over the pins. And it depends on which machine she's using, because if you use an overlocker, you definitely can't sew over the pins.
Yeah.
But as you can see, you sew over the pins. It's not breaking, is it?
You didn't know.
No.
That saves some time.
Yeah, that's a fear factor got rid of.
Now with these, now when you stitch them,
Yeah.
we stitch them downwards.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah, we're going to stitch them all. It doesn't matter. It's which one you prefer anyway.
Okay.
You either stitch them both going up or you stitch them back. When you sew the sides
Yeah.
and you iron it, you always iron the joints going to the back.
Back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a technique in ironing as well when you're making garments.
Okay. This one is not very straight. Those are straight. Okay. Just as straight. Doesn't matter to go from bottom up or top down.
No, it doesn't matter so long as you make sure that fits properly. One's
Didn't
not
it?
higher than the other. You see the same way how I did it from the top here? That would be a better finish for this as well.
Okay.
If we had stitched the side first and then do that. But when you do it here, it's tight and it doesn't always come out that good.
Okay. This gives a bit more space. I think that is okay. Okay. Give it a go. My pedal. Oh, back stitch.
Oh, okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah. No, this is okay.
That's what I thought at first. No, don't. Yeah,
And down.
I tell you what as well. You have to make sure as well. See, just a little bit down, but you can get away with that. Can you see what I'm telling?
Yeah.
This is down
A little bit
but
higher.
that's yeah, but that you can get away with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That seems to be right. Okay. The sides. Yeah.
Only one of them was going to get done. Well, the other one will. Hi.
Hi. Still here, yeah?
Yeah, that's not for us.
No. But food will be ready in 20 minutes.
Okay. Were you here all the time?
In the kitchen.
I thought you went. to do.
Other hem.
Yeah. And when you do that, remember the back, the hem at the side they both go that way.
Facing the backwards. So
Yeah. The one in the middle, you can do what you like.
we're going to face that way. And this one can go flat, and that one needs to come towards me.
Stop. Remember I said that it has a right and a wrong?
We want the top nice colour on that
Yeah.
side.
It's not a
Okay.
matter of colour, it's the way how it overlooks. You want
So
the good
it needs
part.
to go that way.
hmm
It needs to go that way, and that is still the back. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
That way.
Is it lift up? Lift up the foot.
Oh. Like that?
Yeah.
Now, that is the front, so that needs to go that way. Yes, correct.
Is that two seams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you open it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Right.
Cute.
So I will hem the bottom.
Yep.
And then just to tidy things up, just to make it look, you will overlook these bits.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And that will be really a finished job. With stretchy fabric,
Yeah.
you notice I'm stretching it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, that is because as well is that, especially on those machines,
Mm.
on those machines, if you stitch normal,
Yeah.
and then when you put a garment on, you hear pop, pop, pop. The cotton's breaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
Yeah, that's because it needed to be on a smaller stitch. So
Okay.
see,
Mm.
it's not popping, and so should be at the side as well. There, you hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's when it means stitch on a lower stitch. Now, what was that? So that's overlock, and because it's overlock, the overlock will kick in. See where it broke?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this is still protecting it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah.
Handy.
So see it? See
Yeah.
where it's coming out? So when it comes to fabric like this, you don't really need this machine.
Okay. Kind of stick to the
Yeah, you can, but at the same time, it keeps you straight. So what is done when we're in the factory or wherever, on an ironing board, some dresses that you see the pucker, where did I see that? Probably up there. Where did I see? And you see that one side looks straight and the other side pucker.
Yeah.
Okay. So what that is one fabric is being stretched over the other.
Okay.
Okay. In order to overcome that and leave that alone, what we normally do is we put the, where is it? I'll put it at the back. Yeah. It's a technique. Even when you're ironing your own clothes. But that shiny is not good. Okay, this you can see through.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. So what we do is we do that. Stretch it, cotton and so on. Leave it till it cool down, and then it comes sharp, and it stays nice and sharp. And that's what you see, good quality. And then when you buy the thing and you're wearing it, I shouldn't have done that, sorry. And when you're done, you're wearing it and you wash it and so on, then you see pucker again.
Yeah.
It's because it needed stretching back out again.
Okay.
So you just let it cool down.
Yeah.
Let it cool down, yeah, one at a time.
Cool.
And then it's supposed to be sharp.
Very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I did the other side, but you can see it's not sharp there.
See the difference.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sharp.
Very nice.
So and if you didn't want this to come through, they used to use a brown paper and put it on top.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh yes, we show them the nice back. That's nice.
Khiya learned how to do the bust darts. She also learned how to cut the pattern, but unfortunately, quite a lot of the footage I forgot to switch the mic on. Apologies for that. She learned how to cut out the yoke for the back and the front. She learned how to top stitch the neckline. She learned, but I didn't allow her to use my fella machine to give the quality of the sleeve, which was to hem the sleeve using that particular machine, also to do the bottom of the garment. Khiya also learned how to use certain techniques to bring the quality up, especially the side seams. She also learned technique as well, where to put the seam back and front when you've lined it. Now this garment she will not be wearing, nobody be wearing it, but it was just a practice how to do certain things, and that she certainly learned. If you notice throughout the filming, her favorite word was, "That's nice." I just love to hear it. So now we finished and we're going to have our dinner now, which my husband and her boyfriend is cooking for us. So please do come along and have a sewing lesson by me. This video is not perfect, but it is real, and this is what will happen when you come to me to learn what it is you want to learn. So please ring and book.
I do that for you?
No, it's fine. You just pack away your machine, and
Yep.
then we'll see if between us, the two of us, we can bring them down without, without bothering them. Right, now, did I not sweep that side? So, come. Yeah?
Yeah.
Come in. Now, this is in the way. Right. Khiya?
Yes.
Okay. Right, Khiya now. We finished now, and I think we started at 11 o'clock.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's now... Was it 11 o'clock when...
It was
when,
what?
No, when you forwarded it or back at the clock.
It was 10 past when I put it how it should be 10 past.
10 past 11?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we started at 10 past 11 and we finished at 3:30, which is
Not
good.
bad.
Yeah. Considering as well is that we're not making this from a pattern. You made the pattern
From
yourself.
scratch.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
they call that freehand, cut freehand.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good. So for a start, and if we did, it was all done in a rush job because you know what I'm like. We used the dummy, the mannequin, the dummy, to get roughly that. Few mistakes, right? That when cutting it, to be in a rush, I cut the back just willy nilly from the front and allowed for the side seam, but forgot to allow for the back seam. Hence, it fits nice and tight on the mannequin, right? So, what do you think of it now?
I love it. I like the fit. I've learnt about the darts and this neckline technique,
The yoke.
which is very nice.
Yeah.
But I do like the open little back
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think that's very nice. As
Yeah,
well.
it can stay open, but you know when we top stitch that over here, right? That's the only thing is that we won't top stitch it again. So
Okay.
this side's top. You notice this bit's not top stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's how it would look. So lesson to be learned.
Okay, so we wouldn't top stitch this part.
Yeah,
Because you
if we're
see
going to
it.
leave it open.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and especially if it's going to be in the front because you can also have this style in the front as well.
Yeah.
But also, all you do here now is put, if you wish to wear it differently, is put a little button there and then you put a loop there and then that's now closed up.
Yeah.
Right, and as I said as well, when we make stuff and when from the shop, when they make stuff as well, women, I'm sure you experience this a lot, your bra right here is always showing. But when you make it yourself, you can correct that. And if you notice, even though everything was quickly done,
Yeah.
it does fit
Nice.
nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So your bra strap is not showing up here, or everything fits nice. A little bit tight round here. This bust star is nicely in place. And for some reason, this one, let's see if it's, yeah, that's it. You can see it. Can you see where the shoulder is there?
Oh, that
And the
one's
shoulder.
further back.
Yeah, so we can pull it up, but nevertheless, it's as though, as well, it's missed this breast here. So 11-inch. Sorry, 11 centimeters. Now that is the first time I took a tape measure
Yeah.
to this item.
Yeah.
Right. and it's 11 inch, both
Centimetres.
centimeters, both sides. So it's really a good job. And as well, you've got a lovely finish in here because we use the fella machine for the top and the bottom. And what makes it stand out a little bit more is because we used a different colour cotton, because no one's going to wear this. This is just a lesson for Khiya. This is the first time I'm meeting her, so I don't know her really. So anyway,
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, that girl's coming again. What's her name?
oh, but as I say to people, I only learn your name when I see you a lot. Otherwise, I really don't.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
No worries.
yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson.
I'm
yeah,
really happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Whenever you see me next time, I'll come with one just like this, but fit to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Good.
be like,
Yeah.
look.
But and if you make a dress, don't forget, because you can use the same pattern to make a dress.
Yeah.
And the pattern, if you bring the pattern back, I show you how you can reuse the pattern in so many different ways, because it's a technique that the pattern, if you just move it, you've got a kind of a smock blouse. If you just move it, and if you just cut it in certain place, you can just make so many patterns from that one pattern. Yeah. So what we didn't show you much is that what we did is we first used the fabric to give us the initial first shape, and then we transferred that to dotted cross paper. And from that we did half of it, and then we folded the dotted cross paper to get the front breast, and from there it just took off. Now if we gave it more space at the back, another 2 inches or so, you can put a zip in, and then you can put darts all over the place. But that is another story.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with the fact that you weren't difficult to learn. You did things very well, and you'll be able to. Actually, before you go, I'm going to let you have a feel of that machine. Yeah?
Okay.
No, you got to have a feel of it, because if you're going to take this serious and so on, you're going to get fed up with those little machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like something to say, I need to move. I need to make money. I need to.
Yeah. Cool. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Why not?
Good, my dear, good student. Yes, I'm pleased with you. So,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm very
Right.
happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you
Thank you.
for watching my show. Yeah. Please make your comments as usual, whether good or bad. I can take it. I don't know about her, but I know I can. All right then. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye. Lovely.
Yeah.
So can I whip this off her now?
Of course you can.
I'm dressed.